it's Annie from Anti-Fragile Physical Therapy. I wanted to take some time to talk to you about instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, or something that people will often call now Gua Sha, and people also refer to this as scraping. So there are different tools to use. This is a jade scraper or Gua Sha tool that you can get online pretty easily. The goal is for it to have smooth edges. We don't want it to have any sharp edges, but having some pretty well-defined smooth edges can make a difference for a tool. This is one that I'll use a lot with folks. It's got lots of different little doodads on it. This helps with gripping, but you can also see that some of the edges are a little bit more beveled than others, and some are a little more pointy than others. And this is really good to help get into some smaller areas when we're working. So the goal of the instrument-assisted soft tissue stuff, or Gua Sha scraping, is to help increase blood flow to the area. It can help with muscle stiffness, muscle soreness, but I find that it's most helpful on areas that are more superficial. So thinking about areas in the forearm where tendons come and insert on the bone, areas that are a little bit easier to touch closer to the surface of your skin versus really deep areas like in the hip or maybe in the quads and the hamstrings. So for lots of tendon issues, I might use this, or for some of the smaller muscles in the hand, where it's a little harder for me to get very direct pressure with my hand on you, I might use this tool to work in there. So like I said, the beveled edges are helpful. I have had people try to use a butter knife or something like that, and the edge is just too sharp, it's too thin, and you can end up really scraping your skin in a bad way. We want the scrape, we want that pressure, but it shouldn't feel like it is actually abrading your skin at all. So in here, I'll tend to use just a regular lotion. You can use any kind of emollient. It can be oil, it can be anything that you're comfortable using, but you want to lubricate the skin pretty well. And so we just get a little bit there. And then with my tool, the technique involves getting that beveled edge, and you're going along in one direction. I tend to try to think about it going with the grain of the muscle. So you can go either down, away from the origin or the insertion, or you can go up. So just doing it on myself, it's a little easier to go up. And it's just repetitive strokes on that muscle. The pressure depends on tolerance and also where it is. This is a thicker area with the wrist extensors right here versus if I was down here on my thumb and working in here. But it also depends on how symptomatic someone's feeling. So if you're trying this at home on yourself and an area is really tender, just go kind of light. It's okay to just move over the skin. If it feels like it's an area that's a little deeper, you can press a little bit harder and just keep that repetitive motion in the same direction. So when we start to see small little red spots on the skin, that's petechia. So it's just little ruptured blood vessels that are superficial. What I have seen, and then what they'll typically recommend in the research and stuff, is once you get to that petechia and that redness, if you continue, you just might end up bruising. So in order to avoid getting some pretty yucky bruises on folks, I just kind of stop at that point, because it just means that the blood flow in that area has increased. We've done our job. We've gotten a little bit of disruption in the fascia and the tissue underneath there, and then we can let the body do its job. So that redness is just a good example of how we're increasing the blood flow, but also the positive inflammatory properties that our body creates to come into this area, help remodel the tissue a little bit, and help release whatever is going on. So I recommend you to try that if you feel like you have some muscle tightness, maybe some tendon issues. Tennis elbow is something that I'll use it a lot on, and let me know how it feels.